My dear students, Assalamu alaikum. This is the lecture number 3 for the chapter 1, that is Introduction of Accounting, Part 2, Transaction. Lecture number 2 for the transaction, but lecture number 3 for the whole chapter. Dear learners, in last lecture, I have already said about the full length of transaction, event, features of transaction, document of transaction, and also said about the accounting equation. This is the very important topics in this chapter and also for accounting subject. If these topics is very clear to all my loving students, then it will be very helpful for the next chapters. You know accounting equation, A is equal to L plus E, that is assets is equal to liabilities plus equity. Another important equation, equity or owner's equity is equal to C plus R minus E minus D, that is equity is equal to capital plus revenues minus expenses minus drawings. You know the basic accounting equation, also called the balance sheet, that is financial position equation, represents the relationship between assets, liabilities, equity of a business. It is the foundation for the double entry bookkeeping system. For each transactions, total assets is equal to total liabilities and equity. Dear learners, any other important phases you are watching in my slide? If an event is to be a transaction, it has to satisfy any 5 of the following changes. If asset increases, then liabilities or owner's equity will also increase. The first one. Second one, if asset decreases, then liabilities or owner's equity will also decrease. Number 3, if an asset increases, then other asset will decrease. Number 4, if owner's equity or equity increases, then liability will decrease. Number 5, if owner's equity decreases, then liability will increase. Dear students, I think you have understood the topics of accounting equation. Today, I will solve a creative question for this chapter, that is transaction label, related to accounting equation. Now you can see in my slide for the first practical problems for the chapter of transaction, creative question number 1. Now you can write in a hurry in your accounting practice copy. From this day, we'll solve the creative question. Just I read it, the creative stem. Mr. Ahnaf is the owner of a business. The following events are available in his business on January 2020. January 1, he started business with cash taka 1,50,000. January 2, appointed a manager at a salary per month taka 12,000. January 5, an Almeida purchased taka 30,000. Number 8, January 8, ordered to Toha Brothers for sending goods taka 2 lakh. January 14, commission received by check taka 15,000. January 17, rent paid taka 5,000. January 20, due from the business taka 3,000. January 22, placed an order for purchasing goods taka 88,000. January 25, goods purchased from Mr. A values of taka 40,000. January 27, goods sold taka 1 lakh. January 31, loan taken taka 50,000. From the above stem, we can record the 3 questions. You have to know 3 required are in each question of creative in accounting subject from the class 9, 10 and now 11, 12 business studies also. Okay, requirement A, determine the amount of events which are no transaction. Very easiest question for this chapter. Determine the amount of events which are not transaction, that is, determine the non-economic events. Determine the amount of non-monetary events. Okay, requirement B, identify the events and explain with modern concept. Requirement C, show the effect of transactions in accounting equation. Dear learners, now I will solve this creative question. You must write in your accounting practice copy and you will listen very carefully and I hope you will understand the practical problem solution. Okay, now determine the amount of events which are not transaction. From this system, we are seeing the 3 events are not transaction. The number 2, that is January 2, appointed a manager at a salary per month taka 12,000. Only appointed a manager but not salary paid to manager. So appointed a manager, it's an event but not a transaction. It is included in non-monetary events. Second one is January 8, ordered to Toha brothers for sending goods, not purchasing goods, not selling goods, only ordered to Toha brothers. It is non-economic events, non-monetary events, not transactions. So it is included also in the requirement A. Another one is January 22, placed an order for purchasing goods, taka 88,000. This is an event but not a transaction. So now you can see in the slide the answer A, the amount of events which are not transactions as follows. In this way you have to write, and the requirement A, totally columns 3, date, particulars, amount taka. It has 2 sides, detail and total. Overall 4 columns are available in this requirement, date, particulars, amount taka, that is detail, total. Now write 2020 in date column, January 2, 8, 22. Particulars, appointed manager at a salary per month. In detail column, taka 12,000. Ordered to Tuha brothers for sending goods, taka 2 lakh in detail column. Placed an order for purchasing goods, taka 88,000 in detail column. Total amount of money for non-monetary events, that is non-economic events, taka 3 lakh. Dear students, I think you have written in your accounting practice copy the answer of A for creative question. Dear learners, now we can go for requirement B. Identify the events and explain with modern concept. Identify the events which are transaction or not, and if it is transaction then explained with modern concept, and that is with accounting equation, that is effect on accounting equation, that is ALE. Now we can see in the next slide for requirement B. In this way you have to write, identified the events and explained with modern concept. Asset liability equity as follows. Totally 4 columns are available in this format for this requirement. Date, transaction or not. Third one is related accounts. Number 4 is reason or effect on asset, liability and equity. Okay, now from question we can get it. January 1. This is the transaction. In this transaction, two accounts are involved. The first one is cash and second one is capital. And now reason and effect on accounting equation. We know cash is one kind of asset. When asset increases, then A increases, that is asset A increases in reason. And now capital increases in the business. When capital increases, then this is the element of equity, so equity increases. January 2, from the above stem we can see this is the not transaction. So related accounts, no accounts are related in this event. Reason and effect, if it is not transaction, that no accounts and no effect on accounting equation. January 5, this event is a transaction. It's related to accounts, furnisher account and cash account. Dear learners, in this transaction two accounts are involved, furnisher and cash. Furnisher one kind of asset, cash is also one kind of asset. Furnisher is in business, so furnisher increases, that is effect or reason, A increases. And cash has gone from the business, so asset decreases for this reason. January 8, it is not transaction. And related accounts, of course no accounts in this event. And also for no effect on accounting equation for this event. January 14, this event is a transaction. In this transaction, two accounts are involved. Number one is bank account, second one is commission revenue or commission income or commission receipt. Dear learners, I know bank is one kind of asset. So when bank balance increases, then asset increases. And commission revenue is one kind of income. Revenue is included in equity. So when revenue increases, then equity increases. January 17, this event is a transaction. In this transaction, two accounts are involved. Rent expense and another one cash. Expense related to equity. When expense incurred, then equity decreased. So reason or effect, that is equity decreases for rent expense. And cash has gone, rent paid, that's why cash has gone from the business. We know cash is one kind of asset. So cash has gone from the business, so cash is one kind of asset, that is asset decreases from the business. January 20, this event is a transaction. It's related to accounts, a drawings account, another one cash account. Drawings related to equity. When drawings is done, then equity decreases. So reason is equity decreases. And cash has gone from the business. Cash is one kind of asset, and cash decreased, that is asset is in decreases from the business. January 22, this event is not a transaction. In this event, no accounts are involved. For this event, no effect on accounting equation. Dear learners, January 25, goods purchased from Mr. A, values of Taka 40,000. This is not a cash transaction, but it is on credit transaction. So you can write in the transaction or not column, it is transaction. It's related to accounts, purchase account, another one, accounts payable, that is Mr. A in bracket. I repeat again, two accounts are involved, purchase account and accounts payable. For purchasing goods, that is expense is incurred. When expense incurred, then equity decreases. So reason for purchasing goods, that is purchase account, equity decreases. And accounts payable, that is liability increases. So L increases in reason or effect. 27, goods sold. This event is a transaction. In this transaction, two accounts are related or involved. Cash account, another one sales account. For goods selling, cash is in business. So cash increases, that is asset increases. Reason, asset increases. Another one sales, one kind of revenue or income. When revenue incurred, then equity increases. So sales is reason for equity increases. The last one is 31, loan taken. Loan taken, this is the transaction. It's related to accounts, cash account and loan account. Cash is in business, so one kind of asset increases, and loan is in business, so liability increases for the business. This reason. Dear learners, you have completed the requirement B, that is identify the events and explain with modern concept. Now, requirement C, show the effect of transaction in accounting equation. When show the effect of transaction in accounting equation in question, you can see, then you have to show the effect of transaction in tabular format, that is transaction summary. Now we can see the transaction summary in requirement C. This is how we will solve this question. Showed the effect of transactions in accounting equation in tabular format. In this stamp, totally 3 assets are available. First one is cash, second one is furniture, third one is bank. And 2 liabilities are involved. First one is accounts payable, another one is loan. Equity, when equity column is available, of course, one column is available in all time for equity. Another column is remarks. So in this way, you have to open this format. January 1. The first transaction is involved cash and capital account. You have already shown in the requirement B, cash and capital. Cash increase, when cash increase, then cash column like a 1,50,000 plus amount, that is increasing amount, and also for increasing amount of capital. So remarks for capital in this transaction. Second transaction is furniture purchase. For this transaction, furniture increased and cash decreased. So you can see in the slide, furniture column 30,000 plus figure, and cash column is 30,000 minus figure. Another one is January 14. Commission received by check. For this transaction, bank balance increased, so bank account is increased for taka 15,000, and commission revenue, that is capital or equity, increases. So capital column is shown taka 15,000 for revenue. Next transaction is 17. Rent expense, rent paid. Rent paid for taka 5,000, that is 20. For rent expenses taka 5,000 cash has gone. So this is the negative amount for 5,000 in cash column, and 5,000 for expense, that is equity decrease. So 5,000 amount is decreased, or negative amount in equity column. Due from the business, this is the amount of negative cash amount in 3,000 in cash column, and also for equity in negative columns, negative amount 3,000. Another amount, goods purchased on credit, take 40,000. Goods purchasing for expensing, that is equity decrease for taka 40,000 in bracket sign in equity column. Another one, accounts payable increase, that is liability increase. Accounts payable increase by taka 40,000. This is the one kind of expenses, remarks available. Another one, goods sold taka 1 lakh. For goods selling taka 1 lakh, for cash increasing in this business. So 1 lakh for cash column and 1 lakh for capital or equity column. We know when sales increasing, that is revenue increasing, and revenue increasing, equity increasing. The last transaction is loan taken. For loan taking, cash increase. For this transaction, 50,000 in cash column plus figure, and loan column like a 50,000 in cash column. Overall, this is how you will solve the tabular format, or show the effect on accounting equation. Dear students, you can add in all columns in separately cash, furniture and bank, accounts payable, loan, capital. After that, you will prove assets is equal to liabilities plus equity. Dear learners, this is the very important math for this chapter. This is the model math, a model creative question for this part, that is transaction. I think you have copied the full solution of this question in your accounting practice copy, and you have understood. If not, you will practice more and more for your future betterment. That's all for being today. Allah Hafiz.